So he says, I Ashariah. And he added, this is what you shall say to the children of Israel. I am has sent me to you. Moreover, and this is the key. Furthermore, Elohim said to Moshe, this is what you shall say to the children of Israel. Yahweh, the Elohim of your fathers, the Elohim of Abraham, the Elohim of Itzchak, and the Elohim of Jacob has sent me to you. This is my name. So, since Yahweh has to introduce himself, reveal himself in the first person, he says Ayah. But when he makes it clear to Moshe that he should go and speak to the Israelites, he tells Moshe, tell them Yahweh sent me. In other words, the one who is the one who causes existence. And then, at the end, he finishes by saying, this is my name forever. With it, I will be remembered throughout all generations. So he repeats it so there is no doubt that it is the same name forever and for all generations. Therefore, there is no reason to change it or to say that today it is pronounced differently than before, because the pronunciation is what matters. Yahweh is written with Hebrew letters. So the only thing we can do is render it into Spanish, which is the language we speak, using the letters we use, but making sure they are letters that have the same sounds, the same pronunciation as the Hebrew letters, so that when we see it and read it, we pronounce the name of the Almighty correctly. Normally, you might find on the internet, especially if you speak English, that the name of the Almighty Yahweh is written as YHWH, because those are commonly the consonant letters used in our alphabet to represent the letters of Yahweh's name in Hebrew. Because in Hebrew, there are only 22 letters, and all of them are consonants. That's why consonants are commonly used in our alphabet to represent it. YHWH. That's how you'll find a lot of information. In fact, our website is elcaminodeyahweh.com, the way of YHWH.
Good evening. Yes, I just sent to the friend who asked the question what you just read. As it's commonly translated in the reign of Valera 1960, the explanation where it says footnotes and states, the name Jehovah represents the divine name Yahweh, which here is related to the verb He'eser. Nowhere in scripture, nor in our modern life, are names ever translated. So it's pretty logical that after so many years of being deceived, you kind of have to wake up and say, wait a minute, if my name is Pedro, I'm called Pedro everywhere. But why is the Father called Yahweh among the Hebrew people and over here he's called God? I mean, it's not even close.
Yeah, like Pim was saying here, names are not translated. If someone is named Rodrigo here in Costa Rica, they're not going to go to the United States and start calling themselves by another name just because it's the English version. That would be completely absurd, to change your name just because you went to another country, since your name is basically the word that represents your whole person. That's why the meaning of names shapes a person's personality. It really marks the person, and that's why you have to be very careful with the name you give someone. Like many people say, the name Jehovah, for example, or the name Jesus, they say it's the Spanish translation of the Hebrew name. That's also absurd, because if it were a translation, then it would be the one who causes existence, not Jehovah, because Jehovah doesn't mean anything in Spanish. And when you look for the translation of something, you're looking for the meaning of that thing. So, saying that it's a translation is completely incorrect. What you need to do is a transcription of the name, as I was saying, using letters from the alphabet of the language you speak to write the name that is usually written with letters from another language, from another alphabet, in this case the Hebrew alphabet. So, saying that Yahweh is the same as saying Jehovah is completely illogical. They are two completely different words. And if we look at it in Hebrew, Yahweh means the one who causes existence, and Jehovah means, behold the ruin, behold the destruction. So it's completely the opposite when it comes to meanings or translation. One should not change the name, I repeat.